Hey guys, what's going on? It's your girl Queen G. Welcome to another edition of the Queen G Live Experience. We are lit all day today. Y'all know what we have been going nonstop since this morning, and this is a big day. So we're keeping the fire lit on this podcast and making sure that we, keep some activity going. I'm excited about tonight in particular. I will be interviewing my brother, Tyrese Gibson, singer, actor, and things will be amazing and powerful. It's going to be a call-in interview, so definitely you'll be seeing my face, but you'll be hearing his voice in conversation with us being on live together on a live speakerphone conversation. So you guys know his voice already. He talks all the time on his Instagrams, and he's always live. Tune in tonight. I'm excited. I got a lot of stuff going on. Just in general, I'm in the middle of laying out 3 magazines. My Let's Go to Work ENT magazine will be dropped times 3 different special editions that will be coming out really soon. And I'm just excited about everything. Everything is revving up. You know how something boils and it's revving up? Well, it's amazing and everything's going good. I'm so blessed. I just got my cover of ocalmart1.com yesterday. I'm on the cover of her magazine. Just God has been good. 2020 has definitely been this years of ups and downs, but also it's been an amazing year. So keep tuning into the Queen G Live Experience. I have another guest in queue. His name is David Haynes. Let us welcome him to the show. Hey, David.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. We are officially on the show now. So I just wanted to I had to start it because, if not, it kicks the whole thing out and you got to start it again. So we didn't want no problems. No problem. Oh my God. So thank you for accepting this invite at the last minute. We just set this up like literally an hour ago.
Right. Been playing tag with you.
Right. That's how things go. It's like if you got the time, I got the time. Right. So I don't know you at all, but let's get to know you right now, right?
Oh my gosh. Well, I kind of like that, because I love being behind the scenes. David D. Haynes II, writer, director, producer, entrepreneur. So
okay.
I'm trying to see, what specifically do you want to know?
I want to know it all. Like, when did it all start for you? When did you become interested in the cinema lane of the industry? About how long ago did that start?
Well, I've always, it's just been there. Before I'm anything, I'm a writer. And anytime, I guess we're going to add published author to the list. A lot of people don't know that, but I don't really like to broadcast everything I do. Like I say, just behind the scene, I like to let my work speak for itself versus, I do this and I do this. Everybody does something, but your work speaks. But
for itself. Right. Give us the name of that book and or books. You became a published author. Tell us the name of your project. I know, listen, on here we put it all out there.
So it'll just Google David D. Haynes IV. So author, it'll be David D. Haynes IV, and you'll find it's a lot of books. So it's probably more than 10.
Okay.
Yeah, more than 10. But back to not the sidetrack, back to the question you were asking. It started every time I've wrote for years. So each time I'm writing, it's like a movie's playing in my head. So that transitioned over to directing, and just basically.
Wow. I became an author this year of 14 books. So I know what you're saying. Like, Before that, before I wrote all that stuff out of me, my brain was just, it was so overloaded with just all this stuff,
And
right? And I call it the pouring out process. I began the pouring out process July of last year, and I put my first book out on the world in November of last year, and then they just kept coming. They just kept coming, and it was like I don't know, it was like a movie, I guess, and they just kept coming.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
oh
So
yes.
yeah, my stuff is it's like yeah, it's just sitting there, and each time it. So a couple of years ago, after publishing books, and I wrote a script, and because I was in school for it, so
Right.
um, I asked a friend. He was DPing on. I'm like, yeah, we gotta find somebody to direct it. He's like, yeah, you. I was like, hi, stop playing. And it literally goes like writing and directing. It goes hand in hand.
That's
But
right.
uh, everyone cannot do it. You got to have a certain level of humility and
Right.
equanimity to be able to maintain the chaos that goes on. So, yeah, writing, directing. Yeah,
Wow. Because, production is real crazy sometimes.
yeah.
It gets
I've had so many things happen in terms of, yeah, there's just a lot of, like, I was on set, and to be able to compartmentalize stuff, like I said, it takes a certain level of equanimity to be able to maintain the chaos. Like, a lot of people are not good with maintaining problems or trouble and keeping it from spilling over in their personality or everything that goes. You see a lot of people on set, and something will happen and they just have a conniption and blow up. So I've been on set, hell is breaking loose. Everything
and
from
it takes
me,
a lot of
yeah,
patience as well. A lot of patience.
right, and discipline. Like, the better
Hmm.
you're in control of yourself, the better you're in control of other people. So that's one of the things that, thanks to God, I've been able to do.
You
So
sound like you have one of those voices that you're on the set, like quiet on the set, y'all.
yeah, normally, well, normally I'm not. I have a great team that I work with. I think you interviewed one. Majority of people you probably have interviewed, they have worked with me.
Oh wow.
Um, I'm not talking about big names, but
No, no, no. A lot of actors. I've interviewed a
yeah,
lot of actors and producers and writers lately, which is
yeah,
why we're doing the special cinema edition of my magazine. Lester inspired me
yeah,
because I was like,
sure.
you know what? There's not anything out here like this to really, really highlight people in cinema, that lane of film, producing TV, and writing. And I found out there's a role as a colorist. I didn't even know what colorist was
Yeah.
a
You
thing or a position. You know what I
Until you
mean?
start to get into it, until you actually start to get into it, like, once you immerse yourself into cinema, like, you'll begin to see, like, totally, you see movies differently. Like,
Right.
now it's one thing to be judged by an audience, but it's another thing to be judged by an audience of your peers. So we put things out, and a regular audience, oh wow, that's good. And someone else might be, bro, the color was off. Uh,
Right.
So the
They
sound was
know because they
off,
work on the inside of that
right?
industry.
The continuity was off. When she came back, the cup was not there. So, and Lester, he's a great. I've worked with Lester a couple of times. He's one of the greatest people to work with. Humble.
Right.
Um, he's, a lot of people, they they don't understand, powerful people empower other people to be powerful. While people
Yes.
weak, they just, I'm not going to share this, or I'm not going to share this. Lester, he's not that type of person. Hey, you're trying to do this? You're trying to do this? Hey, I know somebody
Let
else.
me help. Yeah. He's
Right.
very
He's
giving.
always right.
Mhm.
He's always trying to take, it doesn't matter who you are. He's always trying to take somebody to the next level.
Oh
So
yeah.
worked with Lester before. He's a
My
great person to have
nickname
on your
for
team.
him, my nickname for Lester is the Connector.
Oh,
That's my nickname for him.
I call
And
him Captain Connect.
right. And we put him on, he's on the cover of my upcoming magazine, and it has the words at the bottom, the Connector. It has the actual words. So I just thought, you know what? It's people like him that make a difference in our lives in a powerful way every single day. I felt like it was time to highlight somebody like him.
Right. And because
You know
he
what I mean?
doesn't, like, he's one of probably the industry's best kept secrets.
Yeah.
Like, he has so many, and I know the interview is supposed to be about me, but whatever. He needs to be plugged.
Right.
He has so many IMDb credits. Like, when I
Yeah.
first heard his name, I'm like, who's this guy? And like, the credits are ridiculous.
Put it like this. I was a guest on his show,
Mm-hmm.
and that gave me IMDb credits.
Right.
I was like, hold up, yo, I didn't expect this part. Like, seriously.
Right.
He interviewed me. That's it. Like, he interviewed me in a sit down one-on-one, and I got credits for it on my IMDb page. See, I was an actor and director and all. No, not director. I didn't direct. I was a casting director.
Right.
I used to cast like years ago, so I got casters credits on there, and I've been in several projects. You know that for some reason, being in that chair of casting, everybody wanted my face in their projects too. So I was in music videos, I was in sitcoms, this, that, you know what I mean? It was crazy. And just me being interviewed on Lester's show, on the front lines, I got credits for it. I was like, now this is baller. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been on set with him before, and like films that he's introduced me to musicians, and just basically from him introducing like me to someone, they actually, I'm like, hey, they're an upcoming artist, and I just put their music in one of the films I was doing.
Look at that, scores.
Yeah, he's a great person to have on your team. He's a great human being to know, because a lot of people are selfish, ego driven, especially in this industry. He's like a breath of fresh air, because it's not all about him. So
exactly. I want to know what are some of the key points to a film project? Like, what are some of the key elements that are needed to make a successful a project happen and be successful?
You want the interview story, or you want?
No, I want the raw, real truth here. We tell the authentic truth on this particular podcast.
A lot of things. The story. I would say the story is key. A lot of times, a lot of things you see are not. The story is not well developed. So, you were asking some of the things to make a film great, or
no, the things that are needed. I mean, you mentioned music attached to a movie. Like, what are the things that are needed?
Your score is definitely important. Like, one of the travesties is, a lot of times, everyone ego. A lot of times, anytime you see a bad movie, it could be that ego got in the way.
Right.
And at the end of the day, and just like on my sets, the only thing I tell everyone, the only thing that matters is the product, the project. That's the star. I don't care what film you've been in. I don't care who you work with. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the project. So it doesn't matter if you work with this person or you have this many credits. Like, I hate to work with people who are ego driven. So you can let your ego get in the way of the project, and like, the project is just, it goes down from there. So you got a lot of
That's
people
like burning
who,
a bridge too. You're burning the bridges
right,
because
right.
your name precedes you. The way you are precedes you. It really does.
So you got a lot of, anytime you see a movie that's bad, it could be, there are a lot of factors that come in place, but the majority of the time it might be ego. So someone's ego gets in the way of, and pride gets in the way of everything. So even the movie.
Right.
So, but if you have a great team, like everyone, one person just doesn't do it. Like everyone on my team, like we, no one can do it by themselves. So um there've been instances where I have a movie on Amazon. So I've seen movies on Amazon to where like the story wasn't developed, or
Right.
it could be that yeah, there are things that happen where there might be an issue going on with the budget, or yeah, there are things that happen, but a lot of times it could be just ego. Like the director may
Dang.
to the DP, like the DP might say, "Hey, I'm looking at the window and the window is blown out. It's not going to look right. We're going to be good. We'll be good. We'll be good." They just don't want to listen. So
Yeah.
it could be a number of things to where, um, to where it just messes up. But your crew, um, your crew, the people, sound, everyone contributes. If everyone is playing a part, then
Guys, it may have been interrupted due to his phone just ringing. So sometimes it's we're using all these devices and everything is freezing up.
oh,
Okay,
you're
there we
good.
go.
Yeah, you're good. So if everyone plays a part, like if everyone can get their ego out the way, it and understand, and a lot of times it's people higher up. So they don't, because
I know what you mean.
I listen to everybody because I cannot see everything. And that's what your team is there for. They're there to see things that you can't see and even give input. But when you're, so your mind is so provincial and your ego is, I'm the director of this, or there are things that you're going to miss that you can't see that even PAs, they'll be able to point out. So on my thing, it's never to where uh, a person is a star. The only star is the project.
Right. It's like it's almost like putting a puzzle together, right? Like from start to finish.
Yeah, it is. It's putting a puzzle together, and like I said, everybody contributes to a piece of that puzzle. So
Right.
from the PAs to the script director to the gaffer, like at the end of the day, my thing is treat people like people. A lot of people, again, positions go to people's heads, and they're like,
Oh my God.
because they're the director or the executive producer, which it might be their first time, but they let that
And
power
they
go
acting
to their
like it's
head.
it they
Right,
done did
right,
Spielberg budgets and
right,
Spielberg.
right. Like I even had to, and a lot. It takes a certain level of maturity to understand that. Like I've even been on sets to where I had to remind like myself, not that I seen what the person was just, they were ego and one had attitude, it can mess up everyone else. So that's why I'm
Right.
like, somebody's being toxic, he could just, toxicity is contagious, especially if you
Oh
have a
yeah.
bad attitude. It just makes everyone else, it throws everyone else off. So there have been instances to where I was like, look, nope, I'm not gonna do this. This guy's been a dick, he's been an asshole. Let me control myself and let me just give the best, let me give the best I can do. So
Right.
because I only got more hours, and then I don't have to deal with this person ever again. But it's
Right.
bad when it gets like that. But I think people, one thing I was taught is like when I started, show a level, always show a level of professionalism. And that's one of the things I hate to say. I live in Atlanta. I was born and raised in Atlanta. Sometimes Atlanta actors, because they don't know the industry. Like New York, California actors and people who've been in the business, it's in their blood. It's generational. So this is their uncle.
Your lane.
Yeah, it's in their blood. Like their
Right.
grandma was an actress, their mom was an actress, and so they know they just basically know the business. They know, but because Atlanta is fairly new to the business, we haven't developed that level of professionalism. So I've actually had an actress on. They called me 24 hours before, well, less than 24 hours before we were supposed to film. She was the lead.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. So everything's been paid for. I'm an executive producer, and yeah,
She bails out at the last minute.
Yeah, last minute. Like we were talking about this for a month. Everything was down. So yeah. So
Really?
right. So I didn't get, like I say, it's maintained the level of. My producer was like, "You need to find out why she's not gonna be here. You need to tell her she needs to be here." I'm like, "No."
Well, how did y'all resolve that?
Thank God. Thank God I have a my producer. I think you've actually interviewed her, Ingrid Jordan.
Oh
She
yeah, she's dope.
actually an actress also. She jumped in and
Save the day.
right. So like she had to learn the script. Like I mean, real actors do that. I called around to some people I knew and they were like, well, it's too short notice. And I was like, huh? It's like it's too short notice. Like I understand, but I don't.
Right.
I was like, because if Tyler Perry called you, it was like, hey,
You know, try to find a way to get on
hey,
Tyler
I'll find
Perry's
a way.
production.
I'll find a
Right.
way. But it's not like it was
Mm-hmm.
paid, but it's like raising your level of excellence. So
I just think people that are passionate about it, you know, it's not like a job. It's
right,
more like, you know, I just have to do this because it's second nature to me.
right.
You know what I mean?
It's the thing that gives you, and that's another thing. A lot of people they do it because it makes money, but there are a lot of people who do it because this is my passion, this is my purpose, this is my reason. Like if I couldn't direct or I couldn't write or if I couldn't act, I wouldn't want to live. And that's another thing. You have
That's
a lot
how
of
I
people,
feel. That's exactly how I feel about interviews. I've been doing interviews since I was a kid. I remember being in class and asking people their business then. Like I've always been nosy. You understand?
so,
Very nosy.
so
Very nosy.
you have a lot of people who, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
So you have a lot of people who what they actually do is they haven't found their passion. So to them, acting is just a job, and
Right.
because it's their job, that's when the ego gets involved. But when if you can't do something without getting paid for it, it's not your passion. Because,
Exactly.
and I'm sure there's been plenty you've been interviewing. There's levels to it. No one starts off at the top. You start,
Exactly.
and once you start off small because it's something you love to do, you step up, and that's where the humility actually comes. Like there's been jobs that I worked on that I didn't get paid, and it wasn't a problem. The only time it was a problem is when the person was a complete asshole or a dick, or
Right.
just asinine.
And you're just like,
So,
no.
so that's
Right.
the only time it was a problem, but still, it was a learning experience. I learned more about myself in those instances than
Non-paid productions.
right. But
Yeah.
it wasn't even a problem because like right now it's just like it's not work. Like I have I have a couple of my own businesses and they all revolve around my purpose, which is writing. That's me.
Right.
That's the thing. I can't shut it off. So people might be like, well, you're a director, you're an entrepreneur. I'm like, it all revolves around my gift, which is writing. So even
Yeah,
when I'm
exactly.
directing, it's still I'm writing in a sense. Even if I'm DPing and behind the camera, I'm still telling the story visually. So it all revolves around it. But it's your once you find your purpose, that thing that makes you come alive, that's one of the things that I think people that are getting into the industry, they're not taking into account. Is this really my gift? A lot of people want to do it because it's gonna get them clout. Yeah, I'm gonna be famous. Like it's people.
I don't wake
People
up
who,
every day for
right,
the fame of it all.
people
Cause
who,
sometimes I got bags under my eyes.
right.
Sometimes,
It's your
you know what I
motivation.
mean? I
It's your
haven't
motivation.
eaten yet. You know what I mean? This
Right.
gotta be, you gotta have a love for it and you gotta
Right.
understand what your mission in life is. We all
Right.
have a mission in life. And you know what I'm saying? If you're not about that mission and focused on, putting your all into that,
So
everybody has different intentions and all of that. But for
that's
me,
like I get a
I would interview somebody on a corner if I had to. I would interview somebody in a restaurant. It don't matter. You
that's
know what I'm
your
saying?
that's your passion. And like people don't even understand that because this is your passion, you're gonna excel at it. Like you don't wake up and I don't wake up looking for, hey, is what is this guy? I don't look for fame in doing this. It's basically I do this because I'm driven by the love behind it. And
Right.
there's even actors to where I'll call them um, and like actor, I'll look up on Actors Access. The first thing to come out their mouth is how much does it pay? And I'm like, not saying you're not gonna get paid, but if that's your motive, the main thing that comes out your
The
mouth,
first thing,
not
yeah.
what is the script about? What is it? What is this character? If that's not the first thing that comes out your mouth, then I'm like, and there have been plenty of actors that I'm like, yeah, I don't even want to work with them because you're motivated by money versus passion of a scene versus the character. So,
Right.
like, there's this film I just did, Your America, My America, and it was a very powerful script. And I called around for a couple of actors to see who could actually do it. And even on Actors Access, a lot of people, the first thing that came out their mouth was,
Money.
how much does it pay? I'm like, given some of the things that's going on in this country with police brutality and racial injustice, and I'm writing a part for you to actually just exude everything that's going on and really this would be your voice of how you feel about some of the things going on and the first
The
thing that comes
brutality.
up,
Right.
how much does it pay? Yeah.
Right. I want to read a comment of a director that's on here to
Mhm.
you and then just give me a little bit of feedback. I'm addictive to shooting movies. I just got up this morning and we had to shoot at 6:30 a.m. We went over it 10 times, but we got it done till it was right. Could
Right.
you relate to that?
Yeah, I'm somewhat of a perfectionist, and I thank God I have a great team that are like, Dave, we can't come on, we gotta move on. Because
Right,
when you put your when you put your all into something and you love doing it's just like interviews. If something is off with an interview, yeah, I can't because it's you, it's who you are. So
right. That's true.
you don't wanna you're not just gonna put out anything. There have been times, look, I don't how much money I have to pay, it's just not right. So
Right.
it's just not I'm just not feeling it. So if it's your passion. So
It's different.
you
It's
are.
different when it's
Right,
your passion for real. I
right.
have another comment from Wendy Goldsmith. She says she has an excellent actor for you,
Mhm.
seasoned and serious about his craft. So she got somebody that she wants to refer to you. We heard your voice and what you said about that. Like,
Right.
we don't want to send the assholes. We want to send the
Right. Look,
Serious.
I don't have a problem with actors being asshole. It's if I'm in another position and I'm working, like if I'm DPing or I'm behind the camera, and the director is being asinine or iconoclastic. That's when it's like it's a problem. But really it's not a problem, because if you have control and discipline over yourself, no matter how asinine somebody is being, it's really not it'll bother you, but you're not gonna choke them out. So
Right. Then doesn't it really okay, this is the question I'm trying to ask. Let me ask it in a different way. Isn't it true that you also set the tone for
yeah,
your production?
the director sets the tone for everything. So, and that's one of the things that I've learned. Well, before I became a director, like I said, thank God, like I have control of myself. So you set the tone for everything. So if your crew sees you out of control, it's just gonna trickle down. Like
Right.
there's been times to where I've been on small sets and like my keys have got locked in the car, and there was everything that I needed inside to come. Like, look, right now I can't deal with that. Hey guys, let's go ahead. It's just maintaining that level of professionalism, because
Right.
any issues, even if you're having issues with the producer, executive producer, you're not going to discuss that in front of your cast or crew. You're going to walk out to the side and boom, because yeah, the director sets the tone for everything. So
Harold Salone also says, "Preach." He all in my business, man. I would love to sit down with him and pick his brain. You got to have that eye.
yeah,
So he said he would love to talk to you about, what you directing part of this business. He would love to sit down because he's a director out of St. Louis, Missouri, and
oh
he's really into this. He's really into this interview. Harold comes in all the time, right, and watches the shows, but he's never made this many comments. So
yeah. Thanks,
I'm here
Harold.
to tell you that he's really impressed with today's subject. It's right up his alley, and he would love to connect with you. Make sure that you guys connect on social media, and you know what I mean. Let him know, Harold, that Queen G sent you,
Okay.
so that maybe you guys can chat later at a later time. So yeah, oh my God. So we don't think about that when you see a movie all the way in its final stages, and we sit down at home with the popcorn, we don't realize all of that is going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, there's
Like,
they can break loose, but like I say, I as a director, like I say, I'm a person first. Everyone is people first. So
right.
from the smallest, on there's my thing. There's no small people on the set, because
No.
everybody contributes. Like you can't do it by yourself. I mean, you can be a one man, but being a one man, you appreciate everyone else, especially when someone's helping. So
Right.
it's just basically treating people like people first, and you're able to come out with a better project, a better film, a better movie, um, all together.
Right. One second, bro.
Oh, you're good.
I'm about to jump in on another tablet because my this one
Oh,
is
you're fine.
this one is kind of going out. I want to catch it
But
before
yeah,
it cuts you off. We
I
ain't
would
doing cut yet. Cut. We ain't doing
but
that.
yeah, I would say passion is everything, and drive. Like if you already know who you are, like being that you know who Shanta Gibson is, it's easy for you to just basically be able to.
Sorry.
So you're good.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, it's basically it's easy for you to be a. It's easy to be. It's easy to be who you are. So to be able to interview somebody, like in each person that you're interviewing, when you're in the interview, you're just being yourself. It's not like you're putting on a facade. there are a lot of directors and even people in the industry. Everyone has insecurities. Everyone. One of the things that, but they let the thing is not to let their insecurities overwhelm you. And a lot of people, they let their insecurities overwhelm them. Like a lot of times, if you see a director who's just walking around trying to show that they're a boss or they have power, or yeah, you have, it's a lot of times they're insecure and well, they're weak. So
Right.
if you know, again, like me, this is not saying I don't have insecurities. My thing is I don't let my insecurities drive me. Like I'm in control of who I am, my emotions and everything. But when you already know and you can acknowledge certain things, it gives you power. So
Right.
you don't have to say, yeah, you don't hoard your position or money over anybody, because again, that makes you, it ruins the whole dichotomy of the um, film, of the atmosphere.
I want to read another comment from Dolores Booth. She says, "Passion is what my son's drama instructors taught them, and they won third place in the state of Illinois for DDA."
I,
So,
I would say more people are, and this is one thing I tell actors if they come on, more people are convinced by passion than eloquence. So
mm,
if you're saying hitting your lines, but there's no passion behind it, then yeah, you can say everything perfectly, the line's perfect. Yeah, I memorized the line, but there's no passion, there's no drive behind it. People are not going to believe you, because the audience can tell when you're acting.
right,
Basically, you could tell if somebody's real versus when somebody's fake. And that passion is one of the things that it plays a key in that. It plays a key.
right, exactly. I'm saying, boy, today, the reason why I'm a little distracted today is insane. I'm interviewing my brother, Tyrese Gibson,
Oh wow!
tonight. Like, tonight is the night. So it's like what I'm doing is I'm setting up another celebrity to open his segment. You know what I mean?
It's dope.
And I got these plans, like you know how a director is. They got their plans and they got all this stuff lined up. So I'm kind of,
I know
I
what you
got
mean.
some stuff, some irons in the fire that I'm working on for tonight's segment. That's why I'm like, let's keep this lit all day. I got all my devices in rotation. I could be on the cell phone, the two tablets. I got a computer here. We got everything in constant rotation because we want Queen G Live Experience lit up all day today. Uh, and I have a committed guest that is sending me her pictures for tonight. You guys know her. She is Sugar T, E40 sister. She will be on the show tonight. Look at, he's smiling because he knows. She's been in the game for a long time. We got her scheduled tonight, and we're working on another celebrity guest pre his interview. So everybody needs to just stay tuned in to Queen D Live Experience all day because we got some surprises in the works for everybody tonight. So yeah, it's exciting, bro. He's gonna be calling in on a speakerphone call. It's a call-in interview, but I mean, people know his voice. We're all excited, to have him on the Queen G Live Experience, and it's been going crazy today. My phone's inboxes. I don't care what. He is famous. Like, he is famous, famous. He's my brother, but my God, when I say he's famous,
Right.
like, I feel it in moments like this when I'm getting ready to, prepare for him. It's like the lines have been lit up, everything been crazy. People calling my phone that I ain't heard from in over like 30 years. You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard from them. I still got the same number from years ago. And all of a sudden, You know what I mean? I've been getting a lot of calls. I'm like, hey.
Right.
They're like, how you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's all in fun. If you can, please tune into that interview tonight. I got some questions for him that's going to be hilarious. We're going to be lighthearted. It's promotional. And we're going to be talking to him about a lot of stuff tonight. So I don't know what happened, y'all. This thing be tripping sometimes. It clicks tonight, PS 9 p.m. CST and 10 o'clock EST. And y'all know the time zones are different, so we have to make sure that we even what time that is. Let's let him figure out the stream, and he'll come right back, I'm sure. Okay, there we go. All right, it should be back. It should be back. Okay. I
think it just dropped off.
So yeah, it's been crazy today. So Sugar T will be in the building tonight. I'm waiting on this other confirmation. It's huge. This is another huge celebrity. Wow. She just signed her big major deal. Her name is Zarilla Bacon, and she actually is a cannabis celebrity chef. So she cooks for the stars. She cooks for Method Man, Waka Flocka. She cooking for all the industry, right? Because they like a little infusion. They like theirs a little mixed up. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get her on this show tonight too, as well as a special guest. I'm trying. Now, I'm working on that one. It ain't solidified yet, but you know how you got the opening acts for the acts.
Right.
I got that going on in podcast. Sugar T and Zarilla Bacon are my opening acts to get us ready for my brother's show. So very interesting, right?
Right. You want to say anything about food?
Goodness, I had to eat something in between shows just now. I was like, oh, I haven't eaten. I hadn't eaten this morning before I talked to you. I was like, I got to get in here and throw me something together real quick so I won't pass out. Because I'm on a marathon, literally. It's like back-to-back stuff today. That's why I was like, yeah, let's get you in right now. Hold up. You want to jump in? What time? Let's go.
No, so I was like,
man, you hit me at the perfect time. Perfect time. Yeah. I do want to know what is your biggest title author-wise, and give us the name of your production company, and give us the information and where we can find you at.
You can. Davidic Films is the production company. That's DAVIIDIC Films. That's production company. You can find me on IG at Davidic. The same thing, DAVIIDIC. In terms of production, books, I write. I tend to let my team handle that, because when it gets to the point to where it's numbers, I'm involved in the business side, but I don't want to be so. I try not to get so involved to where it affects my creativity. Because one of the things I found out when I was writing for, when I'm writing for numbers, it affects my creativity. So I can't even have fun with it. So every project that I do, I want to make sure I'm having fun with it. And to where I'm not driven by the business aspect of it, but I'm driven by creativity and actually saying something. So no matter what you create, it has a message to it. and I can also have fun with it. So it's not
Right.
bad, but it's to say that's not the main focus. That's not the main.
Mm-hmm.
So I have someone else looking at that, checking, hey, this is how much we did, but I don't. Yeah, I try not to get too involved.
There go my phones. It's going crazy right now. Bananas. Harold Salone asks, what camera do you use to shoot with?
I use a the Blackmagic 4Ks and also G2.
And why do you use those cameras?
Um, one is the G2 dynamic range is kind of the workhorse, and the other camera, the other two, it's it has for the price, it was just wide, great decision. So me, it's basically a production team. So we get everybody in there. Normally we're shooting is 2 or 3 cameras. For the simple fact, I don't have time. Time is money. So I don't have time to get this angle, this angle, this angle with one camera. Normally we're shooting with 2 or 3 cameras to get in and get out. So
Right.
the more proficient you are, the productive you are, you're able to move on to the next project, get everything done, especially with the edit. So it's easy for me when we're editing to use multicam, clean everything up, and get the our client their project.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate you coming on here today. You've been so awesome and so
Man, we've been
so
playing
informative.
Yeah,
So informative.
So I was actually trying to, but yeah, we had some technical difficulties going on.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to pre-chat, which is what I like to do. But it's okay because you definitely. Hold on one second. Let me get on my team.
Yeah, I got some people.
No, you need to check before you get on here if I'm live or not. I'm on a live show, bro. That's my team. Like, really?
Yeah, I have to call me to see up the connection. So that's when that connection drops.
Right. I told you today out of all days, it's going up. Like, whoa, wow. You've been amazing, David.
Oh,
you've been amazing.
And I thank you for having me on here.
Definitely. I'm going to send you the YouTube link immediately following this interview. It's going to already be on YouTube, okay?
Okay.
And thank you so much for doing what you do. That aspect of the business is very important. I want to thank Lester Green for connecting us. Let's stay in touch, please.
Right.
And if you want a future guest on my show, please feel free to connect the dots and let's try to get them on here. I have plenty of slots that, you know what I mean? We go try to go hard until the year is up.
Right.
And I say that because at the top of the year, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to start charging a sitting fee or a referral fee, to have people on the show. But I wanna keep it lit up until then, and then we'll have to start charging a little fee to get these interviews. Because I've been doing this 20-something years. I have to charge a little bit. It is a thing. You know how it is. You know how it is.
Finance. That's what a lot of people.
Yeah, it definitely does. You know what I mean? And this does take time to do. And there are things that are coming out of blessings that's coming out of this. Of course, you get the YouTube, and then I got possibilities of going on my Roku channel. And it's a lot of different outlets we have, the entertainment magazines and all of that kind of stuff. I'm doing it all, bro. We all doing it all.
Right.
If you're passionate, you're doing everything you got to do to make this dream come alive. So you know how that is.
Right.
So yeah, Harold and David, I want y'all to connect. Hit them up. Harold on social media. Let them know you were on the show. That's another director out of St. Louis. Definitely a great guy. And definitely, it's great meeting you here. This has been dope.
I am humbled to be on here.
Oh my God! And we pray that all the assholes stay out the way. Look, all the assholes need to.
They have their purpose.
Right. It's all good, bro. You have a fabulous day. We will be in touch, okay?
Okay.
Bye-bye. God is good, y'all. You never know who's going to be on here. That was a great interview. Director, producer, writer. He's doing it all, you guys. So listen, you heard it here. I revealed that we will have Sugar T on here later. I'm going to set up that show right now. We have confirmed our guests. And I want y'all to tune in all throughout the day. If you see Queen G Live Experience lit, definitely tune in. You never know who's going to be in here. And we have some upcoming slots that we're doing pre-show with my brother. So we want y'all to tune in, okay? All right. And don't forget, share, post, like, anything Queen G Live Experience. Thank you guys so much for supporting my podcast, checking in with me. Thank you all that refer everybody over for interviews. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you. I got love for y'all out here. Your girl Queen G of Queen G Live Experience. I'll talk to you later, okay? Have a good one, y'all.